The fall of Rome, 476 AD, how the greatest empire in the West collapsed. For centuries, the Roman Empire stood as the most powerful civilization in the Western world. Its armies conquered vast territories, its engineers built magnificent roads and aqueducts, and its laws shaped the future of Europe. At its height, Rome ruled millions of people across 3 continents. It seemed unstoppable. Yet, in the year 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire officially came to an end. The last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was removed from power by a Germanic military leader named Odoacer. This event is traditionally considered the fall of the Western Roman Empire and marks the beginning of the Middle Ages in Western Europe. But how could such a mighty empire collapse? The answer lies in centuries of political instability, economic decline, military weakness, and foreign invasions. The height of Roman power. During the 1st and 2nd centuries AD, Rome experienced its golden age, known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. This period lasted for nearly 200 years and brought stability, prosperity, and economic growth. Roman cities flourished with temples, theaters, baths, and markets. Roads connected distant provinces from Britain to Egypt, allowing trade and communication across the empire. Roman law established order, while the army protected the empire's borders from foreign enemies. However, beneath this success, problems were slowly beginning to grow. Political instability. One of Rome's greatest weaknesses became its unstable government. Many emperors gained power through military force instead of peaceful succession. Assassinations, civil wars, and power struggles became common. During the 3rd century, dozens of emperors ruled for only a few months before being overthrown or killed. This constant instability weakened the authority of the central government and prevented long-term reforms. Economic problems. Rome also faced severe economic difficulties. Maintaining a massive army and an enormous bureaucracy required huge amounts of money. Heavy taxes placed enormous pressure on ordinary citizens and farmers. As government spending increased, Roman leaders reduced the value of the currency by mixing cheaper metals with silver coins. Inflation followed, making goods more expensive while reducing people's purchasing power. Trade also declined because of insecurity and repeated invasions, further damaging the economy. Military decline. The Roman army had once been the strongest fighting force in the world. But over time, recruiting enough Roman citizens became increasingly difficult. Many soldiers were now hired from Germanic tribes living outside the empire. Although many fought bravely, some commanders placed loyalty to their own people above loyalty to Rome. Military discipline gradually weakened, while political leaders often depended on powerful generals instead of stable institutions. The division of the empire. In 285 AD, Emperor Diocletian decided that the empire had become too large for one ruler. He divided it into 2 parts. The Western Roman Empire, with its capital, eventually moved to Ravenna. The Eastern Roman Empire, ruled from Constantinople. The eastern half was wealthier, more populated, and better defended. Meanwhile, the western half suffered from weaker finances, fewer resources, and increasing attacks from invading tribes. Although the division helped administration in the short term, it also left the West more vulnerable. Barbarian invasions. One of the greatest pressures came from migrating Germanic tribes. Groups such as the Visigoths, Vandals, Ostrogoths, Franks, and Burgundians entered Roman territory over several generations. Many were fleeing another powerful enemy, the Huns, who advanced westward under the famous leader Attila. In 410 AD, the Visigoths, led by Alaric, captured and looted the city of Rome. It was the first time in nearly 800 years that the Eternal City had fallen to a foreign army. Although Rome remained standing, the psychological shock was enormous. Later, in 455 AD, the Vandals also sacked Rome, causing further destruction and weakening the empire's prestige. The final collapse in 476 AD. By the late 5th century, the Western Roman Empire had become little more than a shadow of its former greatness. Real power belonged to military commanders rather than emperors. In 476 AD, a Germanic general named Odoacer led a revolt against the young emperor Romulus Augustulus. Romulus, whose name ironically combined that of Rome's legendary founder Romulus and its first emperor Augustus, was only a teenager. Instead of executing him, Odoacer removed him from the throne and sent the imperial insignia to the Eastern Roman Emperor in Constantinople. Odoacer declared himself King of Italy, ending the Western Roman Empire. This event is traditionally recognized as the official fall of Rome. Did the Roman Empire truly end? Although the Western Empire disappeared, Rome's story did not completely end. The Eastern Roman Empire, also known today as the Byzantine Empire, survived for nearly another 1,000 years. Its capital, Constantinople, remained one of the world's greatest cities until it was conquered by the Ottoman Empire in 1453. Roman traditions, law, architecture, and Christianity continued to influence Europe for centuries. The legacy of Rome. Even after its political collapse, Rome's influence never disappeared. Modern legal systems still reflect Roman law. Many European languages developed from Latin. Roman engineering inspired roads, bridges, and public buildings around the world. The idea of republican government influenced later democracies. Roman military organization and administrative systems shaped future kingdoms and empires. In many ways, the Roman Empire never truly vanished, it simply transformed into new civilizations. Conclusion. The fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 AD was not caused by a single battle or one dramatic event. Instead, it was the result of centuries of political corruption, economic decline, military weakness, administrative problems, and continuous invasions. The removal of Romulus Augustulus by Odoacer marked the symbolic end of ancient Rome in the West, but Rome's culture, laws, language, and achievements continued to shape human civilization. More than 15 centuries later, the rise and fall of Rome remains one of history's greatest lessons. Even the most powerful empires are not immune to decline when internal weaknesses combine with external pressures.